Refugees right now! 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 Refugees right now!
We are here today to show you that we are refugees. We are not criminals. We are coming from the war-torn areas. Sudan, which is well known internationally, that's committing crimes against humanity, war crimes, which the president of Sudan is accused of committing genocide in Darfur, Blue Nile and Nuba Mountain. And why Israeli people don't recognize that? We came here today to show you that we're real refugees, we're not criminals, and we're not cancer, as the Prime Minister and his people describing us. As the refugees from Africa and Sudan in particular, we came here to tell to the UN, which is responsible for the refugees' right in the world. We are here today to show to the Israeli citizens that the violence against refugees will not solve the problem. Only solution to the problem is the negotiations. They have to sit with us and talk. What's going to happen at the end of the day, there will be a solution. Sudan really perpetrated atrocities against its own citizens, and according to the rights groups around the world, the protection and the definition of someone who escaped from the war is a refugee. We already know that there is a word called refugee status determination, but why Israel doesn't really recognize those guys whose determination is being determined by the Geneva Convention as refugees. As refugees, we're supposed to be protected by the state which is hosting us, instead of committing the crimes against the refugees in South Tel Aviv. If you welcome someone in your home, you first need to tell him where to stay, what is the law of the state. The orientation is a problem, because the state has never even opened a school to teach the refugees and to tell them which place to stay, where is a good place. They have no place to sleep, they're staying in the park. We also concerned about the situation in South Tel Aviv, what happened against the refugees by Israeli nationals who are hitting the people, burning their houses. And you know, the kindergartens are already burned by the Israeli nationals. But we want to tell them, we're not against you. We are the people who escaped from war. We are the people whose homeland is being conquered by the people from Saudi Arabia and people from Arabia as whole. Today we're here to show you that we're really refugees and we have no place to turn to. But we're calling for Israeli society and government to look for the solutions. And we're not going to be in the jail, that's for sure. And we're not going to be in the closed place like, you know, animals. We're human beings, actually. We're not going to be in the places like this. As the Sudanese refugees were abused both verbally and physically. One of the most provocative and deplorable statements that describe us as the blacks, cancer, AIDS, and HIV on the people of Israel. But really we're not HIV, we're not cancer, and we're black, we know for sure, but it doesn't mean that we're not. We now have 4 points. We have 4 points that we want to declare. Our 4 points are going to be to to the UN. First of all, we request the change of the word infiltrators that the government and its people use as a rhetoric or incitement against us as refugees, and the provision of basic rights that gave us the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and to stop racism until peace and stability be arrived in our country, Sudan. And then we will be the messengers of love and peace between two nations. Instead of being criminals, we are the messengers of peace and security between two nations.
Yes. 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 Yeah. All right.
The second point, or the first point, is to convert a file of Sudanese refugees from the government to the UN office. Because we are refugees, our file is supposed to be in the UN office rather than being in Interior Ministry. Or the second option, they have to open resettlement programs. Open third country resettlement programs to political asylum seekers, because we are political asylum seekers. We are not migrant workers. We came here as the people who are victims of genocide in Sudan.
Yes, we can.
Number 4, deportation to Sudan. We agree if they want to deport us, but there are conditions on the table. First of all, there must be international guarantee that the Sudanese government will never ever execute anyone who came from Israel, because we do know that everyone and each of us who crosses Israeli-Egyptian border is being convicted by the government of Sudan and waiting his conviction or death penalty if he returns back home. So we are going back to Sudan, but if there is an international guarantee, we will go back. Without that, there is no return for Sudanese refugees. We're not going to go back. As an organization and people of Sudan and Darfur, or African people in Israel, we are here today to send you this message. We are the refugees. We need a solution. We are the refugees. We don't want to stay in the same situation. We don't want to see the people sleeping in the park. We don't want to see the people who don't have places to sleep. We need a solution from the government of Israel. We need the government to take action in order to solve the problem in South Tel Aviv.
Yes. Refugees right now.